What's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D about to react to this vid by Honest. It's titled Trends We Should Leave in 2023. Let us know. Let's leave everything there, to be honest. It's a lot of nonsense I see on a daily basis that I feel like we should leave in 2023, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, let's see what he has to say. Let's watch.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about trends we should leave in 2023.
All of them.
Now, instead of curating a list of my own thoughts, I decided to ask the audience. And I'll basically read the comments and give my thoughts, and if I agree or disagree. Now, without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first person said, promising / hyping fans up about new music, then never releasing it. I understand life happens, but if it's a continuous pattern, then it's a problem. And I agree. I've also seen some instances where artists get mad and then act like fans are entitled and are in the wrong. But it's like you've hyped them up. You've set that expectation. If the music isn't ready or you don't know, then don't give a date or a time frame, because people will be disappointed if it doesn't come out. One person said, pressuring celebrities to speak on political topics to spread awareness. I'd rather have educated people who have taken interest in said topics for more than 3 days to post facts and legitimate resources to further create any discussion of value than have a celebrity who probably hasn't even finished high school to post about serious matters just to get clout or out of fear of being canceled. I want celebrities to entertain me and politicians / activists to educate me. That's it. I do agree that the kind of dogpiling of celebrities to speak out about things on the internet is a bit egregious. And I feel like it's a damned if you do, damned if you won't scenario.
That's why you gotta just don't. You just gotta don't. I don't speak on nothing. I don't speak on anything because I am nobody's activist and I'm not gonna pretend to be. I'm not gonna pretend I know, in detail about any of these situations because I don't. So I'm not speaking on nothing. Don't care what nobody says.
You will never completely satisfy anyone on either side, and there will always be someone mad on either side. But I will say there is a difference when a celebrity aligns their brand with activism. Then people will come to expect activism from you. And people will call you out if you're not consistent with it. And I think that's fair. Like, you can't just use activism when it's beneficial for you and expect people not to take notice. But celebrities who just stay to themselves and aren't political should just be allowed to exist without...
Just like when everybody was pressuring all those white TikTokers to talk about like Black Lives Matter and shit. Why y'all pressuring them to talk about it? They don't know no black people. Just because they say the N-word whenever they feel like it, that don't mean that they're knowledgeable about anything that happens in the black community. I don't feel like they should have been pressured to do anything. But more importantly, themselves should have, acknowledged that and just didn't speak on it. They shouldn't have spoken on it. I'm just not articulating myself well today. I'm not editing this out either. But y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. They should have been like, hey, I don't know nothing about this. I ain't speaking on it. But you had the D'Amelio people and the dancing TikTok people speaking on the shit. And it just felt so inauthentic and just like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
Bothering them or dogpiling on them to speak about something they likely know nothing about. The next person said songs without bridges, and I agree. I do feel like bridges are making a slight comeback, but in the era of TikTok and artists trying to game the streaming systems, I feel it's going to be a long while before we see a full return of bridges. The next person said slow, boring music dominating everything. And I feel like this is an L take.
Damn.
Because it implies that if something is slower, it's boring. And that's just not the case. And also for the last few years, we have experienced a disco and dance revival.
I don't think it
So I'm not really sure where this whole
they could just specifically be talking about boring music that's slow.
Coming from. But even if that were the case, if the slow song is good, it deserves to dominate just as much as an up-tempo song does. Another person said, Chris Sean.
Oh, please.
And I agree. I said this last year. We should drop them off wherever we dropped off Tekashi 6ix9ine and never look back. Despicable couple. And neither one of them seem to be very good people. I'm just sad that they brought a child into it. Next we have Beyonce versus Taylor. And I so agree. This year has been all about Renaissance.
I mean, I've heard about it, but is it that
their respective albums? And this is one stand beef and pop culture comparison that I haven't given much energy to because I find it to be so ridiculous. Beyonce and Taylor Swift are polar opposites. They are completely different, and they are also in completely different stages of their careers. You don't go to Beyonce or Taylor expecting the same or even similar things.
Right.
They also approach their artistry and performances very differently.
They're black and white.
But what I respect about the Beyonce and Taylor thing is that both of the artists at the center of the spectacle are strong enough to not give in to the comparisons and the stand beat. They just stick together and they complement each other and they persist in spite of everything going on around them in the chaos. This would never happen with someone like Nicki and Cardi, for example. But Beyonce and Taylor are just a different class. Someone said BBLs. Now, people will inevitably do what they want with their bodies. I will just say that I don't think young people, yes, that includes young adults as well, should be going under the knife so soon when they're not even done developing.
That's not our business.
The next person said lazy devil worship imagery. And I so
just
agree.
say no shit.
Now, I want to clarify that music is a free art form, and religion has shaped the world as we know it today. So inevitably, religion will impact music in some form, in some influence.
Oh, well,
some
you
of
could
the
also
best
be talking about
have religious imagery or religious ties, like Madonna's Like a Prayer or Princess Die For You. But like I said previously, I do think there is an uptick of artists who are using religious imagery, specifically satanic imagery, as rage bait at this point. It's not like they're saying anything interesting in their songs or music videos. It's just like, hey, look at me, I'm so shocking, ha ha ha, I'm a troll. But there's not anything else going on. There's nothing being said in the song, the music's not good, and there's just so many artists using satanic imagery as a crutch for controversy and not delivering on all fronts. It's just a vanity project. Now, there's actually this comment left on one of my videos that I think about every time this topic is brought up, and I feel like it was so well put and so well written. And they say, I so agree with satanic imagery / the implication of Satanism being a cheap way to create discourse. Of course, when Christian extremists denounce anything, tons of people go to defend it or brag about liking it. It's the easiest punching bag of controversy to draw attention to your submissive and bold word. Air quotations. Honestly, I'd love to see an artist take religious motifs beyond, ooh, haha, red devil horns and Illuminati and a pentagram so evil, and actually tap into what Christian occult has to offer. And that about sums this topic up. Someone said remixes that aren't really remixes and only add like 1 to 2 new verses to a song, especially ones that hype up a famous featured artist just for them to be barely in it. And I agree, especially with the latter half of this comment. It's annoying when something's hyped up as a remix or a collaboration, and it's just like 20 seconds of the featured artist, and it's like, what's the point? I really do appreciate when artists put time into reworking a song and making it sound like a true collaboration, even if it isn't drastically different from the original. Just make it have some type of chemistry. And someone said sped up versions, and I'm somewhere in the middle with this. I don't really care about sped up versions, but I don't think every single song in existence needs to be sped up, which TikTok loves to do, but it doesn't fit every song. Someone said canceling celebrities just to forget about whatever scandal they were involved in a week later. The worst is when people cancel someone, do the absolute most, and drag their name through the dirt, just to defend them a week later. And I agree to a certain extent. On one hand, celebrities aren't likely going to be canceled unless you do something just truly awful or you make a seriously bad career move. Most people are not going to be canceled, and that's just reality. And on the other hand, yes, people should be held accountable for the bad things that they do. But also, I just don't think it's realistic to hold something against someone for the rest of their lives. Of course, I'm talking about petty beefs. Now, they're taking advantage of people or doing nefarious things.
Well, they left the baby
canceled. They should be behind bars. But
if
it's a little controversy, then people are allowed to grow, people are allowed to move on. Someone else said songs that aim to go viral on social media. Like, you can definitely hear the hints and structure of songs that can easily be adapted to making content. And I agree, this is what I call the TikTok formula.
Yeah,
it's so cringe, so annoying, and just devalues music. It's just so low effort. Someone said filming at gyms. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with filming at gyms, filming yourself at gyms, I should say. A lot of people take progress pictures and videos of themselves at the gym. But obviously, filming other people and bothering them while they're minding their own business
for your entire
should not
workout.
be allowed. At all. Someone said naming everything a core or aesthetic. Like, what do you mean you're a vanilla sweet bean and grass organic aesthetic?
Yeah, people
and I agree with this. It just seems like you want to be a part of something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you were left out, you didn't get enough attention, so now you're just trying to make something go.
Damn.
Another person says, hating on every single new / upcoming artist and calling everyone an And I also agree with this. Obviously, artists will be analyzed and their come-ups will be analyzed. And some people's come-ups may be untruthful and it will be, called into question. But not every artist has faked their come-up. Someone said throwing stuff at singers / performers on stage. And agree. Now, this is not a new phenomenon, of course. Things have been thrown on stage since forever. But this year, there were a lot of harmful things being thrown on stage, and it should not be allowed.
This is why security needs to be more on the lookout.
Don't come at all. Someone else said sampling classic beloved songs to create an unoriginal pop song. Sampling has been a part of popular music for ages, i.e. Crazy in Love has samples in it. However, using very recognizable sections of classic songs to create lazy pop music is tacky. I'm looking at you, David Guetta, and agree. Sampling is not the problem. Lazy sampling is. Like, we know you're creatively bankrupt, but you do not have to ruin our beloved classic songs. Someone said, horrible attempts at alternative music by artists who do not understand the genre. But I do want to welcome more collaborations between hard rock artists and mainstream radio artists.
You trying to gatekeep alternative? Shut up. You look like you trying to gatekeep the genre. Let people into the genre however they please. If you don't fuck with it, then just don't listen to it. But I like when artists experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, sometimes it's not for me. But it creates a different sound. And sometimes they want to create a sound that, like, there are different types of alternative. You know, so you don't have to understand the genre. Someone could, like Uzi, for example. That's who I have in mind. Like, he has like a rap alternative sound, you know? So it's not the traditional genre, but he's transformed it into something. Why can't I talk to He's transformed it into making it his own. Y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. It's late. I need to go to sleep.
What Megan Thee Stallion did with Cobra and Spirit Fox.
Oh, I love struggling talking.
There are many examples of artists trying to go in an alternative route and completely falling on their face. I also think there are artists who may try something a bit alternative and then develop a superiority complex over the music that gave them a career, like we saw what happened with Lil Yachty this year. And I also do agree that there should be more collaboration between alternative and underground artists and radio artists, you know, to help expand popular music. But that about concludes my...
Clearly, I need to go to sleep. Look, I was out late. Last night was New Year's Eve. I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep. Because I don't know what it is, but no matter how late I go to sleep, I cannot sleep in late. Like, does that happen to anybody else? I could literally go to sleep at like 4 or 5 a.m. and I will be up at 8 o'clock. Like, I usually don't sleep past 8. So, running off very little sleep, still went to the gym, still trying to record videos, but your girl is tired, all right? That's my excuse. Well, I can't talk today. Anyway, I agree with some of these I didn't. I attempted to elaborate on the points that I did agree with or didn't agree with, but... there's that. Y'all let me know what y'all opinions are. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.